right, boys and girls, yesterday we talked about needs and wants, and you made some awesome lists of things that we need as human beings and things that we want. But today we're going to talk about something a little bit different, because as humans there are things that we need to stay alive, but then there are also things that we need every day at school, at work, at home, as consumers. Our needs as consumers is a little bit different than our needs as a human being. Our essential question for today that we're going to talk about says, how do needs and wants affect you as consumers? And we're going to talk about that word consumers in just a minute. These are just our basic needs. What do we need to stay alive, and what do we want? Needs and wants. Can someone come up here and move? First of all, hands down. Let's look. Tell me what each of these things is first.
Basketball.
It's a cat.
It's a cat. TV.
TV.
Soda. Bread. Necklace. House. Water. Cake. Fruit. Pants.
And clothes. It could be
Shorts.
That's an iPhone.
A car.
Transportation. Yes, any type of transportation. So now that you know what those things are, I hope you're thinking, what do humans need to stay alive? And what is just a want? Malliet, go ahead and do that. It's going to get big, that's okay. It'll be like, surprise! Yay! So we need shelter. We don't necessarily need that house, but we need shelter to stay alive. Tiana?
Pants.
Clothes. We need clothes. Doesn't have to be fancy clothes. David?
TV.
Where's that going to go? Wants. I was hoping you weren't thinking that that was a need, although sometimes I think I need it. I really don't. Hayner? Where are you going to put that? Is that a need or a want? Need. You need healthy food to stay alive. Jaya?
Cake.
Where's that going to go? Oh, did you move? You know what? We're going to have to undo that by pressing undo. There we go. Yes, Jaya, go ahead and move that over to want. You might think you need a cake, but I can assure you, you do not. Betsy? Where are you going to put cat? It's a want. Although I'll tell you, I think I might die without my kittens. No, I won't. I would be sad. The cat is singing. Look. Stephanie?
Car.
Where are we going to put transportation? Yes, it's a need. If there was ever an emergency, you need transportation. What?
I would love
Wait, you just said car. That's a basketball. Since when can you drive a basketball? I can't drive a basketball. I could try. Alan? Where are you going to put soda? Want. You want soda. Now we're going to talk about consumers and producers. Now, I had most of you last year in first grade, so I know that we talked about goods and services. Who remembers what a good is? I know I taught it to you. Who remembers? Alan, what's a... Okay, a good is something that you need. Let's read what it says. Things that can be bought and sold. So anything that you can go to Walmart and buy is a good. Anything that can be bought and sold. Do you remember this word? Service. Let's see what it says, and then let's try to think of some examples of a service. Read this with me. Work done for others for pay. An example of that would be who has a mom who goes and gets her hair done or her nails done? Okay, I get my hair done. You can tell I don't get my nails done. But that's a service. When someone cuts your hair, you're paying them to do it, and that's a service. Can you think of another service? Not hair or nails, something different? What do you think, Alan?
Haircut.
Keep thinking. Jaya?
Oh, like when you go to McDonald's and like you said, like if you go to this McDonald's and say you want a Happy Meal, and then you pay the man and he give it to you, and that's a service.
He's making food, right? So he's serving you in that way. And then when you get the hamburger and the fries, that's the good. So it's kind of both. The person who's making the food is doing the service, but the food itself, move your feet, is the goods. Evelyn? What about...
when you're going to the dentist?
Good one. When you pay at the dentist office. Now sometimes we get that done for free, but that's still a service. Because your dentist is still getting paid whether you're giving him the money or not, Soraya. So that's a service, along with going to the doctor. That's a service. Someone is paying the doctor, whether it's you or the money's coming from somewhere else. He needs to get paid. We're going to be talking more about services later on. We need to go on to the next word here. Consumer. This is the word we're focusing on today. Let's see what it says about a consumer. A person who buys and uses goods and services. Are you a consumer?
Yes.
Have you ever bought a bag of chips?
Yes.
You are a consumer. Have you ever bought candy?
Yes.
You are a consumer. Who else is a consumer?
You.
I'm a consumer. Yes.
The principal.
I'm going to call on quiet hands. Brisa, who's a consumer?
Mom.
Your mom. If she goes grocery shopping for you or clothes shopping, she's a consumer. David?
Principals?
Okay. What do you think that they buy as consumers?
Yeah. Like stuff for the school?
Yeah, they sure do. As a consumer, you have a certain amount of money. And depending on what you need, you have to decide, should I be spending my money on something that I need, or should I be spending my money on something that I want? You do both, right? But what's more important, if you only have a certain amount of money, is it more important to buy things that you need or things that you want? What is more important? Hainer? Things that you need should come first. I'm going to read this to you because it is review, but it's good to see it in text rather than just hearing me talk about it, and then we'll get into our activity. For goods, read it with me if you can. Workers in a community make goods. Goods are things that can be bought and sold. Some goods, such as computers, are made. Other goods, such as vegetables, are grown. We're not going to read that part. Let's look at services. We're just going to read the top part there. Many workers in a community provide or offer services. A service is work done for others for pay. Services can be things such as haircuts and music lessons. And then it talks about Doctors, here's music lessons. Okay, producers, we're going to talk about that tomorrow. Consumers, this is what you're going to be today. I have two things that you're going to work on today, and both have to do with being a consumer, and both have to do with deciding between what is a need and what is a want. If you're a consumer, it's fine, I'll fix it. If you are a consumer, what would be the best choice? Just wait. What would be the best choice to buy with the money that you have if you're going to choose a need or a want? So what I have here, beep, 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 there are two papers, and I'm going to be calling you as small table groups to come over here when it's time to do that. You need to pretend that, okay, Halloween's coming up, right?
Yes.
And just imagine for a minute that zombie chipmunks invaded your neighborhood and they crushed your house and you have nothing left. Nothing. And they threw acorns all over the place. Sit down. So, you don't have anything left except $20. And you have to take that $20 to Walmart and decide what you're going to buy with the money that you have. And you're going to have to pick between needs and wants. Oh, I'm glad to see that you're picking some things that you need. Remember, over here, circle is that a need or a want. It's group. Something that you want or something that you need. There you go. Now hold on. Let's see how much money you spent. 10, 11, 13, 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You spent too much money. You have $2 extra, you take something away. What should you take away?
Ice cream car.
If you spend $2 extra. But what you need and what you want, what should you take away? Do you need to live? That's worth $2. You take that one away. Think about, remember, you have nothing. What? Pretend that, remember that zombie squirrel came and destroyed everything. You only have $20. And you don't have anything. Okay, write it down. Now, do you have the things that you're going to need? What are you going to eat?
Yeah, I think I'm
Are you going to eat the sunglasses?
We need some.
What are you going to eat? You're going to be hungry. Remember, think of what you're going to need. Everything you have is gone. Think of what you need. As far as what worked well, they got really excited when they were able to choose things from what I had brought in. It was interesting to see who went right for the things that they wanted and the ones that thought very carefully about what they would need. I thought that was good because it was personalizing it for them. As far as what I would do differently, I think they needed a little bit more to do at their seat while they were waiting for their turn. Some of my groups got a little bit talkative, which is normal, but I think they just need to be a little bit more engaged when they weren't actually doing the main activity. As far as advice for future teachers, I would say when you're planning a lesson, think about the perspective of the child and what they're bringing to it. Trying to tie in that background information, that background knowledge is important. And keep it fun. That's what I always try to do.